Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, it's looking pretty gloomy out there today. It's not raining, but it's only 38 degrees. It's chilly, and I forgot to bring my elephant ears in, so I hope they didn't freeze. But it's going to be a high of 50 today, and I think it's going to be going into the 30s, upper 30s again tonight. Oh, I'm so tired of this long, stretched out winter weather. And I know this isn't really winter weather, but it's just tiresome. This time of the year, I think people are just anxious to get outside after being huddled up in their houses for months. The winter always seems so long, and the summer seems so short. Well, one positive thing about it is when you're holed up in your house, at least you can get things done in the house, but a lot of times you just don't have the energy either. I don't know, the weather I think has a big effect on most of us. So your body is trying to just keep warm and burning up a lot of energy. And I mean, even though we have heated houses, it's still more difficult. I think we all have a little bit more pep and energy when the weather's warm outside. At least I find that to be true. So, well, my coffee pot is blinking red right there, so that means it's time to run some vinegar through it, which I will do a little bit later. But right now, I'm just going to concentrate on having my rise beverage this morning. So, let's add some creamer. There we go. That should do it. So if I remember, can't promise anything. I'll try to leave a link to the Rise coffee substitute in the description below. Even though I'm not affiliated with them, I don't make any money off of them or anything. The product I had to buy, although if they sent me some for free, I would definitely promote it. But they haven't, so cheers. Very good. Speaking of promotions, I have a couple promotions coming up on the channel of products that companies have sent me that I think are worthwhile. One of them is a smart bird feeder. I'm waiting for the poll. It's supposed to come today. I tried putting it on a tree, but then I thought, well, that's not going to be good because the squirrels will be getting in it. But this morning, it picked up a deer in the yard, so it's really cool. And I know it runs about $100, but it would be something that if you're into bird watching, you might really like it. But I'm not going to post that video until I get it all set up on the pole. I wanted something with a squirrel baffle, because we have squirrels, of course, and chipmunks and mice, so I don't want any of them to think it's a great place to have breakfast and lunch. So, okay, I'm going to enjoy my coffee for a few minutes, and then I will meet you over there at the budget book. Right, so when this blinks red like that, I'm just going to add some vinegar. This is just regular old vinegar. And I do like this little, it's a Famyworth coffee maker, and it's under $50. And I really, really like this coffee maker. So then what you do is you push both buttons at once. And it's going to run the vinegar through. Okay. And then of course I'm going to run clear water through it a couple times. Alright, back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money, but today I am waiting for my pole to arrive for my smart bird feeder. I ordered that here. So trying to get back on track with the no low spend. I did spend quite a bit of money this month on things for the garden and for the house. Not a whole bunch on food because I have plenty in there. So if you're on a low income, you have to learn to shop smart. In today's economy, it's almost impossible not to. I don't shop for food very often, and I keep a running list of things that I need or that I want to buy. Yesterday I used up some of my raspberry salad dressing, so that goes on the list. Even if I have an extra one, I replace that in my food stash. So that way, even if I'm paying full price for something, it's not that expensive to keep my pantry stocked up. So I do that in order to avoid using the food bank, but by all means use the food bank if you need to, and then stock up the extra food from the food bank that you receive. The food pantry, I guess, that I have near my house here, you can only go once a month, and a lot of times they don't have the kind of food that I eat. So they don't have a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits. Most of what they have is frozen or prepackaged things that I normally don't eat. So I can't rely on that food pantry. Every once in a while they'll have like some Beyond Burger or something along those lines. But that doesn't happen very often. So most of the things that I've stocked up in the freezer from either paying full price or on sale, or sometimes Flash Foods has things that I can use. But I found that with Flash Foods, their prices have really gone up. And for food that's almost expired, I'm finding that it's not worth it to buy it there. I'd rather spend $1 more for whatever it is and have it a little fresher. So a lot of that food should probably be going to the food pantry instead of them selling it to the public. But it is what it is. It's still a decent place to buy fruits and vegetables if they have the boxes. But the thing that I found with those is you have to process them right away because they're, pretty much past their prime when you buy them. But I have gotten some good things there. I used to use them a lot, but like I said, I found that the things are very close to the expiration date, usually within a couple days, and I would rather just pay the extra money and have it be available to me for a longer period of time. So those are some of the strategies I use when I buy my food, and it allows me to have a nice big variety of food, but it does take some work. And it's not like I have tons of money that I can spend on food. Now, fortunately, I don't eat meat, and I know meat is very expensive now. So I eat other alternatives of protein, and that works just fine. And I'm also very lucky that my daughter has chickens, and she provides me with eggs. So that's a good source of protein. And eggs have really gone up in price too. So everything has. It's just, so please use your food pantry, your food bank. I watch some YouTubers that go shopping at a food pantry where they can actually pick out their food, which is really nice. The food pantry that I have near me, the boxes are already pre-packaged. You know, they just throw in a box of food in a box, and you get what you get. Now, in the past, I've only gone there like, I think 2 or 3 times. And in the past, I have asked them if they have any vegan or vegetarian food, and they did, and then they didn't. You know, it depends on what the grocery stores offer up. So anyway, that's my strategy for buying food, and it allows me to buy extra things for my garden and for my house. I can use that money to buy those kinds of things. So anyway, that's the way I handle my finances. And I just wanted to share some of those ideas with you. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You do you, however you want to shop. I don't usually use coupons or anything like that, because most of the time when I get junk mail, it just goes in the recycle bin. I don't even bring it in the house. So I don't look through a lot of coupons. I find it too tedious for my use. Anyway, okay, well, that's all I have to say about the budget book today. My one lemon that I've been nursing along all winter is finally turning yellow. And it's a big lemon. So I think it's time to pick that one. It's a Meyer lemon. Now I have a new one coming up here, and I don't know if it'll stay and grow or if it'll fall off, because a lot of times these fall off, but we'll see. This little guy needs to go outside soon. It's getting all kinds of new leaves, which is good. It was very full, but it lost most of its leaves over the winter. And this is lettuce from my lettuce raised bed. I let it go to seed, and some of the seeds dropped in here, and so now I'm growing lettuce indoors. So I'm going to leave that, put it all outside. So, yeah, it's possible to grow lemons inside. Now, that lemon over there developed outside last summer, so it's been growing since last summer. But that's my little citrus tree, and I guess you can grow lemons in Ohio. All right, well, I'm back in the kitchen again. What else is new? I'm going to try something different. I've got my little mini Dash rice cooker here, and I have some lentils. I have about 120, I guess it's milliliters, almost three quarters of a cup of lentils. I have this smoked Memphis barbecue seasoning by Flavor Mate that I've had for a long time that I want to use up. It's little containers from Dollar Tree. I have some pork flavor broth mix. I'm going to add a little bit. I put about a teaspoon of the Memphis barbecue sauce in there. And I'm not quite sure how much to put in because some of this stuff is pretty salty. So I'm going to put, about a teaspoon of the pork seasoning as well. Not quite, like 3/4 of a teaspoon. Don't want to over salt it. And I got this at my local Asian store. I've had it for a while. It was $3.99 last time I bought it. It's probably $1 more now. But there's no pork in here. It's just pork flavor. So I'm going to put in the 3/4 cup of lentils. And then I'm also going to add, I've never tried this before, I have this TVP here, textured vegetable protein. And what I'm trying to accomplish here is to make something for like a barbecue tasting meat-like dish, because I have 2 buns here and I have the coleslaw I made yesterday, and one of my lovely viewers said she made lentils with barbecue sauce and put the coleslaw in there. So I thought, what a brilliant idea. So the TVP, the lentils, the water is 3 cups of water, or 3 containers. 3 to 1 is the lentils, and the TVP is 1 to 1. So I'm going to put, I'll put 4 things of water, because I'm going to add, about 3/4 of a container here of the TVP. So I hope this turns out okay. Another thing I'm going to add is a little liquid smoke, and I like this Colgan liquid smoke. So I'm going to put some of that in as well. But first I'm going to put the water in. There we go, 1. 2. 3. I hope this isn't going to overflow. 4. Okay. And then I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of the liquid smoke. And I hope this turns out. So, okay, let's give it a stir. And then I'm going to put it on the rice setting. There's only one setting on here. Well, there's to cook and then to keep warm. But I'm going to, at the end of the cooking cycle, I'll taste the lentils to see if they're done. And if they're not, I'll give it more time. So this is an experiment, because you guys know how I love to play in the kitchen. So let me taste the water. That has a good flavor. And then I'll be adding barbecue sauce to this later on. So, okay, wish me luck. I'm going to push the start and let it go. All right, I'll be back. So far, so good. Hasn't boiled over yet, but it's working on it. I put it in a frying pan, just in case. Okay, well, this took about 30 minutes, and it's on warm now. So I'm going to unplug it, but first I want to see if this is done. And hopefully this worked. That would be great. So the TVP is a good substitute for meat. Has a lot of protein. Oh, this looks really nice. So let's see if the lentils are done. It's not burned on the bottom. Let's give it a look and a taste. Smells wonderful. That's what it looks like. It's perfect. Awesome. So now I'm going to add some barbecue sauce and unplug this. And that'll make a great sandwich along with the coleslaw that I made. You can also use this, cook it up, and then add a few extra things and make patties out of it. Make like a lentil patty. But this is nice and fluffy. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring you a little closer. It's nice and fluffy. And it took about 30 minutes to cook. And just add it and be done with it. I like this little rice cooker. It's awesome. So, alright, well, I'm going to add the barbecue sauce. It's not sticking together at all. And I think adding the TVP to the lentils brings it up a notch. Okay, another successful meal. And I'll show you when I eat my dinner what I'm going to do with it. Alright, well, here is what it looks like. This would be great in spaghetti sauce too. I added barbecue sauce. I'm going to let it cool off. The barbecue sauce will soak in here. And then before I eat, I have a little tiny bit of barbecue sauce left here that I'll add on top. Then I can use that up. But this is really, really tasty. So I'm having so much fun here. I want to try and make some chicken flavored soy curls. And this is what they look like. And then they plump up. So the water ratio for this is 2 to 1. So I'm going to make a cup of these and add 2 cups of not chicken broth. And I'm going to try and make it in the rice cooker and see how they turn out. I don't know, but that would be great if that worked. So I'll be right back. Here we go. So in here I have this not chicken seasoning. I have 2 cups. 1 cup of the TVP, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll see. And I have about a teaspoon of poultry seasoning in here, and about a tablespoon of the not chicken seasoning. So I'm also going to add, I'm going to try and use this up, this liquid smoke. This happens to be the apple. Very good. This is good just putting on things to eat. So I'm going to add a little of that, not too much. And I don't want to make this like a barbecued chicken. I want to make it so that I can make chicken salad out of it, or I can put it in like fried rice, or, you know, tons of different things. So anyway, just a basic chicken strip is what I'm trying to make. And I hope this works out. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm going to make it in my little Dash rice cooker. Okay, and that just fits. And I know they're going to swell up. So again, I hope it doesn't overflow. We're learning together here how to cook on the cheap. So these Butler soy curls are a good chicken alternative. And it's a good thing to put in storage, in your long-term storage as well, just in case. So I've had these a very long time, and they're still perfectly fine. So okay, experiment number 2. Number 1 was great. But I'm trying to get some protein together for the week, so I thought this would be good. All right, let's turn it on and see how it goes. Oh, it helps if you plug it in. That's always a good strategy. So in it goes. All right, so I'll be back in, I don't know how long it's going to take, and then we'll give it a taste. Well, they're bubbling away. I hope it doesn't blow the lid off because they do swell up. We'll see. This would be great if it worked. Easy protein. All right, I've had to tilt the lid, otherwise it bubbles up and spits. So I would not put more than 3/4 of a cup of soy curls in here next time, and 1.5 cups of water. The 2 cups of water with the 1 cup of soy curls seems to be a bit much. So it's still cooking, so I'll have to wait and see how this turns out. But that's what I would do next time. Decrease the soy curls and decrease the water. That would work better. So I tilted the lid so that more of the steam can evaporate. And I'm going to just carry on and see how this works. Okay, well, my soy curls are bubbling away. I had a surprise visit from my daughter and granddaughter. She brought over donuts. And then she had to go because my grandson is playing lacrosse. So I'm actually having a real cup of coffee. I had that with my donuts, so I'm just finishing that up. So cheers again. So I wanted to do a little bit of 365 Days of Wisdom by Dottie Janke. I have no idea where she's from. I suppose I could read the foreword, but I didn't. But I really like this book. Here's a picture of Dottie, or Daddy. I don't know. It's D-A-D-I, J-A-N-K-I. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the value of patience. Patience helps me move beyond expectations. I don't need to think about the future benefits of what I do now, because I know I will receive what I need when the time is right. If I let go of expectations and allow things to develop in their own time, I will be able to enjoy the tasks I do now for their own sake. The more enjoyment I get out of every activity, the better I will do. Boy, isn't that the truth? I mean, so many of us live outside of our head and outside of the moment, and we're always rushing ahead to how's this going to work, how's that going to work, instead of working on things in the moment. I know I do that. I catch myself doing that. I try not to, and I have a lot of self-talk. It's like, okay, you don't need to fret about what's going to be the outcome of what you're doing right now. Just do the right thing at the right time, and it'll work itself out. And yeah, we're going to make mistakes, but as long as nobody is hurt by the mistake, and it's something that isn't life-threatening, you know, it's like, I mean, look how patient Dyson was with how many thousands of prototypes he had for his vacuum, or Edison for his light bulb. They just kept going and kept trying different things. And I think that's part of the enjoyment of learning and growing and being a better person, is just to enjoy the moment of what you're doing right now, and stepping back and taking a more relaxed attitude towards things, I think will contribute a lot to your peace of mind. So I've got a lot of cleanup I still have to do over there. I'm gathering the bottles for watering my garden. The dishes are done, but you know, there's still stuff on my counters, but that's not unusual. So the last few days I've been just going through the kitchen, cleaning off my table, cleaning off some of the other counters, putting things away. And when you're cooking a lot, of course, most of the time you make a mess. I try and sort of keep up with the cleaning, but you know, if it ends up in the sink for an hour or two, so what? You know, it's something that can be fixed and done. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. That sort of really made a lot of sense to me, and I hope it makes a lot of sense to you. And I hope that we can all live in the moment, because honestly, that's all we have is just the moment. So I hope my soy curls turn out okay. That would be great. I just love that little rice cooker. And I'm not affiliated with that at all, but if you're a single person or if you just need to cook for two, it's very economical, and you can use it for a lot of things. So I'm really enjoying the little Dash mini cooker. And if something happened to it, like maybe I wore it out, I would go out and buy another one. So I like my little small appliances. I know some people would say, well, you've got an oven, you've got a stove, why can't you just use that? Well, for me it's pleasurable to use these small appliances. Not only that, but they're much more economical, and as far as using up electricity, I'd rather use my electricity on other things. So, and it's nice too, because you can take them and cook outside with them. All you got to do is plug them in. And so for me it's fun. Cooking to me is a lot of fun. So okay, I'll be back shortly and I will show you how the soy curls turned out. Fingers crossed that it's a success. If not, I'm sure they'll still be edible. But all you can do is try, right? See how these turned out. So there was just way too much liquid in here. And they look fine now. So what I did was I took out some of the liquid, and it's seasoned, and I'm going to make a gravy out of that. Just add some cornstarch. Some of these are just right, and some of them are a little wet yet. So I'm going to stick them in the microwave to dry them out a little bit. And then they'll be just fine. So next time I will just not put as much water in. I'll try it again, but these are definitely edible, and they're pretty tasty. Yeah, they just need to be dried out a little bit. And I'll do that in the microwave. And then here I cooked a bunch of potatoes that are starting to shrivel up. So I'm going to salt these, put them in the fridge, and then I'm going to make a potato salad out of them in a day or so as a side dish. All right, so all in all, I think it was a successful day of cooking. And I think this will be tasty. All right, that's it for the cooking for me today. And that is for future me. But I lived in the moment while I was cooking. 3 minutes in the microwave did the trick. They're still moist, but they're not mushy anymore. So I'm just going to put these in the fridge and use them as a chicken substitute. And they are tasty. So cooking them in the rice cooker was kind of a success, but needs some work. So there we have it. Soy curl, not chicken, for another meal. Here's tonight's dinner. Some of the carrot slaw I made yesterday with cranberries, the lentils, and the TVP. These are frozen Arby's curly fries. You can buy those at the store. I think I got them at Costco. It was either there or Mark's. Now I'm going to add some of this coleslaw to my substitute meat, and that should be delicious. It would be like a pulled pork substitute. Now, is it exactly the same? No, of course not, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. So, okay, there's tonight's dinner. I toasted the bun. That was from the freezer. And everything else was from either the freezer or the pantry. So there we go. Tonight's dinner. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Please check to see that you're still subscribed to the channel. YouTube is unsubscribing people all over. I've heard other YouTubers complain of it too. So please check to see if you're still subscribed. Maybe hit the notification bell. That would be great. So that's it for today. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.